Oh hi, it's Stir, and welcome back to another episode of the RPG Show, or the RPG Show. I'm Dur, of course. I've said that 3 times now. And today we are, well, playing at another new TTRPG, this time by Grey Army Gaming, which I'll link in the description to this video and to the game, or their video, and to the game. And yeah, it's a really interesting system. It is pretty, well, as you can tell by the title, its main mechanic, and it's kind of sole mechanic, or has two mechanics, kind of really. Two main mechanics, two core mechanics. Pressure and stress. When you're stressed, when you fail a roll pretty badly, you take up a pressure meter, and when the pressure meter goes off, or when the GM forces it to go off, and you can only do it 3 times a match, or 3 times a session is 24 hours, and 24 hours in game, or 1 per, or a session per 5 pressure events. And yeah, it's really interesting. I guess we just get on playing it. It's really interesting. Grey Army Gaming made this because they wanted to play with they wanted a game to play with their kids, and just a game for onboarding people onto TTRPGs, and just a really good light RPG. And honestly, it can be so much more than that. Even as is, it is a great RPG. Even as it is, it's a really good game. But it's a really good light RPG. But it can be a really good, normal, full, whatever you want to call it, RPG, like D&D and whatever. Like D&D have a Trium my game. It can be a really great one of those RPGs if you, if you tweak it just a smidge. If you tweak it just a smidge, which will go on in the video. So this is the forward or whatever. And, yeah, so let's actually skip to Google Docs or not. Edge. Let's skip all the way down to the bottom, because this is what we're primarily using. So you use the character sheet, name, archetype. I don't think archetype matters. Description, no, who cares about that? Who cares about name even? But this is what we really need to care about. The fun color, so what we need to care about. The 4 characteristics, stats if you will, attributes, traits, whatever. You start with having 2 points to spread across these 4 traits, or these 4 characteristics. You can put both into 1, or you can spread it across all 4. Or two of the 4. Which one you pick as your primary, and another one you pick as your secondary. And this is just listening to the default archetypes, which are just combinations of the traits, characteristics. And then here's a nice chart discussing how the game flows, which is actually really nice. His entire PDF is really nice. Like, I wish you could do this. Like, mine are just text. I do it in a very classic 80s style. Like, my art. And just neutral. By the way. Roll the dice equal to the difficulty level. plus any characteristic bonus the character has. Oh, okay, that's how that works. Only pluses are counted. Let me refer to him. 1, 2 or minus, 3, 4 blank, 5, 6 plus. Or actually, that's pretty solid for one from the rating. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. Sheet. But anyway, that's a pretty solid way of just using D6s, as we'll be using with Alba Rodeo. I know Alba Rodeo. I know you don't like being staying on for long. Here's a Marine. We'll get to that later. You get 5 pressure events here are your tracker. It's not an interactable PDF, unfortunately. Long game conclusion. So if you're playing for, I don't know how long the session's supposed to be, but anyway, we'll find out. Mission situations. The GM describes the event. Poses what's this word? A complication. Then writes on a note card placed on the center table. GM starts timer. I need a timer for this. Oh no. Looks down at timer, but timer's busy counting this episode. Minutes for a number of players, okay. Now, reading this, actually stopping and reading it, that's why I went quiet, I'm not quite sure how it works. I like it, but I'm not quite sure how it works. I'm not quite sure what you're supposed to actually do during this time. Like, Ad Arbitrium has moves you can do. Pathfinder's actions you can do during combat. Like, this is supposed to be like combat, but it doesn't give you anything you do. It just gives you time. It just puts you under a time limit to do stuff. Which, if you are great players, along with great GM, you shouldn't be taking that much time anyway. You really shouldn't. But we'll see. And stress points, and then stress points negate your abilities, as I saw on the character sheet. These are stress points, okay. Yeah, I can play this one up. I can play this as is. I was going to modify it already, but I actually don't need to. It's actually not that bad. Actually, does Alba Rodeo have a time? Oh, I know it has a timer. Its timers are in there somewhere. Yes, I know. But I might not be in a good spot. This is gonna be hard because I don't have a timer available. Do I? You didn't help me at all. You totally didn't help me. You just point me, actually. Is it under Microsoft? No, because that's solitaire. That should be. It would be on their too, wouldn't it? Excuse me? Okay, we're just gonna take my word for a look at that. Alright. I'm gonna do it on my phone. And my phone has to have a timer, right? Or on my watch, but that's too far. That'll be too far away from you. So you'll be able to keep me honest. I have one on my watch. I know I have one on my watch. I was less prepared for this than I was. Okay, we don't have an easy access to one on the phone. Without calling in peoples. We got calling into AIs. We don't need AIs right now. Oh, that's alarm. Oh, here's the timer. Okay. Timer set on watch for 1 minute because that's that's all we'll be using. Pressure. We'll play by the rules. We'll play as the brute. We'll play as the brute 2P. Ah, wait. We don't even need this. My word. Like, I don't need a lot of stuff to play this game. Edit. No, that's not what we want. Don't edit your name, you fool. Edit textures. Anything else we need? Stress? We need stress? There we go. Alright. I think it's time to begin our adventure. Our, what are we calling things? What are we calling these proceedings? Our session, I guess. Yeah. So, it's time to begin our adventure. Our proceedings, or whatever. Anything else? Remember, 3 dice plus 2. So let's just go ahead and get that out. There's no opposing dice or anything, just GM calls for it. You roll, if GM calls for one of these 3. You roll and you're good. Again, 5 and 6 are plus, 1 and 2 are minus. That's all you need to know. The rest are blanks. Blanks don't matter. I think if only 3 and 4, they're blanks, and you gotta roll again. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is what I say when I'm actually getting into the jamming mood, the jamming zone. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna need my book. My book. I mean, we're not going for full canon here. Maybe one day we'll make one of them RPG show. Maybe one of them the RPG show will be more like some other people's shows, but well, that's far off in the future. Actually, that's not what we need. That's not what we need. I don't know if we... Well, I'm not quite sure, but still. here somewhere. I'm doing this today. I'm gonna do it later. There we go. Just keep this in mind. Actually, this is where I'm putting in the sidebar. Come on, Windows 10. Windows 11. Be Windows 11, please. Please be Windows 11. Thank you. Yes. So you do need the book. Book. That's the wrong book. You see, I was trying to set up, it's just I'm fumbling. Oh, this is there. I think it's episode 5 when it begins. Yeah, episode 5 when it begins. Actually, a single space. Okay, morning, June 30th, 2024. Okay. Yeah, that's what we need, that's what we need. I'm just gonna keep that just on hand. Okay. We're going to have to do the case again. I got myself worked up in the wrong way. Alright. Okay. 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 As you sit in your amphibious personal carrier, winds battering your hovercraft, that you and your platoon are riding into battle once again. It's been a few years, and if we were to be honest, it's been a few months since you saw combat. Last time was in Turkey when you were fighting against. Yeah, last time was in. Where was it? Turkey. Last time was in Turkey. Last time you had to make a opposed landing on the western banks of Turkey to help retake a small town from terrorists during the Summer of Terror. And now all these months later, a year into what can only be called Hell on Earth, what other people are calling World War III. Today, how's metric time work? How's military time work? Jeez, how do you say it? Today at 900. Today at 900, June 30th, 2024, Year of the Lord. You're about to assault some godforsaken beach just north of San Francisco. You're one of the first assault craft to go in, covered by this Category 6 hurricane. You never seen anything like it. The wind's pushing your hovercraft off course, but due to the rigorous planning, you reassure yourself it's gonna be hit. You're gonna hit the beach right on target. Well, you never thought. Well, you never like to admit. Well, you would never admit it. You hope this day will come. You never liked the Californians. Sure, they were as red-blooded American as you are. Well, as was shown earlier this month when they surrendered to the Martians, you kind of realize their full colors. And now, the 4-star Marine General decided to send you a veteran of America's wars for the past decade into combat to look into a brawl with the Martians that can only be described as a once-in-a-century event, as all the North American forces are fighting the Martians all over the western coast of the Americas. Then you hear your squad leader yell. You hear the squad leader yell from the front of the craft, "All right, men, get set. We're about to be dropped off. We should be hitting heavy contact. Recon has stated the enemy's been following us across the shore. They're battered by the storm as we are, but they are way more dead than we could ever be. No small amount of rain and wind can stop us, right, Marines? None of them bring his process. Hoorah! Goes your entire team, and they start barking and hollering and whooping. And you join in, of course, because you're also a Marine. And then, bonk! You slide to your side as the landing craft stops. You hear the gate drop from outside, muffled by the wind, the rain, the thunder, or not really thunder. Hurricanes don't have thunder really. Tornadoes, yes. You can hear tornadoes off in the distance, and then you hear the engine. Then you hear the engine roar. The life estarpions raise as you move out onto shore. Seconds go by. Then minutes. You hear tanks off of other hovercraft firing their guns on either side of you. As it is two hovercraft with a platoon of 2 hovercraft with 2 tanks on either side of a hovercraft with 2. If he says, "Right now, return nuclear turbo door," I'm not going to look it up. As you head to shore. Minutes go by. You hear rounds bouncing off your tank. Explosions from the Godless Martians blowing themselves up for some god or whatever. We can only presume. For some Martian deity. Then you hear your squad leader, then your sergeant heads to the back of the craft, begins to drop the gate. He nods and says, "All right, Marines, let's get the job done like we always have." And then you march out the door. It's quiet, eerily quiet. Besides the wind, the rain, the tornadoes, the wind, and also the explosions, and the bullets passing by you and this small office building you're parked next to. And this small building and this house you park next to on the beach. What do you do? Oh boy. There is no range in this game. There is no movement. As far as I can tell. Let's get you out of here. You don't mean anything anymore. Okay, first roll of the game. Let's break into this house. I have already. Actually, let's get 3 open. Oh, come on, you. Oh no, this won't work. I'm kicking down a door. What shall it be? You're rolling 2. Let's have... Oh, you're rolling 2. Let's have you... You probably roll 3 anyway. You know what's... Yeah, let's just have him always roll 6. I mean, always roll 5. Unless he has stress or whatever. Let's just see. And ignore that top number. Yeah, ignore that. Gotta remove these nice roll. Oh, we can't! Ah, no, that rerolls it. No, don't reroll it. That does reroll it. I'll get back to 1. There you go. No, luck, no spell bounds. Okay. Double... That's... positive, blank. Almost bedtime, yeah. Okay, so. Positive, blank, blank. And negative. Do negatives matter over positives? Oh, no, the positives are rolled. Okay. 2 positives. It's just yes. Oh, you're in the house now. You're in the house now. You're clearing the floors. Nothing's a mess. Except you had to break down the. Except you and your squad had to break down the barricading outside for the hurricane. And now you're inside the house. You go up to the 2nd story, and roll again. Will you find contact? One. Okay, so positive, blank, blank, negative, negative. 1 positive? Ah, what was the question again? Do you find... Yeah, do you find... Oh, that's a flaw. That is kind of interesting. Yeah, that is kind of interesting. Oh, no. That is kind of a thing. Did you notice there? I asked, did you find any contacts? And the answer to that is yes, but... I guess okay, so you can have a negative. Okay, so when doing an action as a GM or as a player, they suggest doing it as a player, but like, like players can't really lead themselves most of the time, you know. At least at start. Like once they get going, they can lead themselves, but once they at the beginning of the game they can't. That's a kind of a flaw. But anyway. So I'm going to say, do you find a good firing position onto the, to outside? So you and your squad are now, you and your Yeah, you and your squad are now up in the second story of this random building that's somewhat inward. That's somewhat inward. Out of one door, out of the west, the south, you see the forces of your detachment from your just put a song in front of it. It works. From your assault fleet, and you see the guns of your cruisers and the USS Puerto Rico, the super battleship, firing their guns landward. Some are landing on your location, as well as you see missiles coming from the enemy positions, but they're nowhere near close to hitting. Whatever they're tracking with is just whatever they're using for their missile for the missiles. You think it's just not good enough to go against the wind, but the bullets are. But the counterfire of your but the battery from your ships are, because they're just bullets going really really fast, because the hypersonic bullets, which means they have a lot more range on this. That means they're really accurate at this range. You see your aircraft, Sea Aurora, flying and doing strafing runs and dropping bombs. Sea Aurora are hypersonic fighter jets. I'm trying to say like a Marine would say it. Are hypersonic fighter jets that recently got added to the U.S. Navy right before the war. And are the sole reason you're still fighting the war. Or one of the many, many reasons why you're still fighting the war instead of lost. Essentially within opening week. So now you're looking around, you see some enemies. Have they seen you? I mean, you're looking for some enemies to shoot. Do you catch them off guard? Positive. Neutral, negative. Yes, you do. You do catch them off guard. Now, you're supposed to use fate dice, but we're using d6s because what VTT has fate dice? 6, and you catch them off guard, and it's a normal roll. So your squad pounds at them. Your squad A skillfully takes out another enemy squad before you can see them, before they can see you. And what's next? I guess you stay engaged for an hour. We're starting at 9 a.m. so now it's 10 a.m. You stay engaged for an hour, and then you see and once you pacify this area, you get into your you get out of the house, get back into your APC, and head off. You drive for a few miles to get to northern San Diego, which you can even see more clearly now. It getting pummeled by your battleship and all your cruisers and all your destroyers and whatnot. Your two super carriers, a Ford and a Nimitz. The twin enterprises as they have been known by the fleet ever since the second one was commissioned to replace the Nimitz that was sank at the opening hours of the war. Actually, yeah. What is your luck? What is your luck? What is your luck? Like, do you get engaged on the way there? Yes. I want to say no. You still got a positive. Yes, but okay. Do you get engaged on the way there? Actually, rephrase that. I'm used to saying it the other way, but we gotta say it like a player would say it. Again, I want to really use this system for telling stories. I really like it for telling stories. And again, player-led is good in theory. if you have players that are that want to go ahead and lead the story, and the GM is just there as another player and to help craft the story with the players, that's great. I get that after like the first 3 sessions of any game I play with my group at D3 Games Collectibles in real life at my friendly tabletop store. The issue is, even them being veteran players don't pick up the initiative unless you give them something to start with. So I'm used to giving the situation and the players reacting to it, as opposed to the players throwing something and the GM reacts to it. That is very noble, but I don't think many players are going to go for it, especially when you look at all the polls on other YouTube channels where they have asked, like, are you a world worlder or open world? Most people are world worlders. Most people believe that the players must be told where to go, when to go, and how to go, instead of letting the players do whatever they want in your world, and you work with them to craft the story. Which, what does the Game Master do? Yeah, what does the Game Master do? He describes the scene. Okay. He describes the scene and the player acts. That wouldn't work for what we're doing today. Guess we hit the problem already. It could, but like you're playing as essentially an FPS character. You're playing as an FPS character as he goes on an adventure, being a Marine essentially. You're playing a Marine, being a Marine, and he's Marine Grunt. The heck is he? He doesn't have control of the situation, like what the sheet's saying he should have. If we're playing the squad leader, that would be better, I guess. I mean, technically, I kind of pivot to playing as the squad. But yeah, no, it's may need some more polishing. It may need some more work, more thought put into it about what the Game Master does. But anyway, so what were we saying? Oh yeah, one success. 1 success, 1 neutral, 3 fails. Good thing they don't matter. 1 success, yes, but okay. Do you make it to the city limits of San Francisco in one piece? Yes, but or without getting shot at. Yes, but you do get shot at. Well, actually, I need to drink something, and I don't think I have something to drink, so I might need to take a break. Been 38 minutes, and we haven't drawn any stress yet. I guess we have to kind of draw it ourselves. Okay. Yeah, I get really dehydrated really quickly. Okay. Everything is quiet. Oh, I know what to do. Everything was quiet then. Then a whistle. Boom! An unguided bomb explodes near your unit. Then you hear the sergeant go, "All right, everyone out! Everyone out! Grab Grab your stingers! We got bombers! So you grab your stingers and head out to the main defense. Actually, what do the Marines use as their mobilized defense, as a mobilized anti-air defense? I feel like I should research that real quick. No, they have planes. Oh, no. That's why I thought modern Marines don't have AA. Don't have an AA. They don't have a dedicated AA vehicles because the freaking Marines, I don't need one. Yeah. They don't have one. Okay. That's what I thought. Alright. Okay, so that kind of changes what the sergeant says. Alright, boys, grab your stingers! Alright, boys, grab your stingers. The fly boys are a little busy right now and can assist. So you grab a stinger manpad system and you head straight out of the back of the vehicle. You see the bombers. You get in a good position away from your dude so you don't hit him with a back blast. You aim and are you able to hit him? Yes. Hope we roll below a 6 this game. Your squad is able to take down the bombers. And you get a pat on the back, and your sergeant pats you in the back. Well done! Couldn't have done it better myself. Now let's get back inside and head into town. And you get inside, you head into town. Do you find any more? Are you shot at as you enter? Are you shot at? Now we're okay. 9 a.m. Let's say we are now at 11 a.m. Or no, let's say we're at 13 a.m. and you're pretty much into this, and you're pretty much headed into San Francisco proper. And let's roll. Are you shot at? You're not so afraid of it, but anyway. Oh, we roll below a 6, but we still got a 5. So, yes, but you get pot shots every now and then from the rooftops. The tanks annihilate them. The tanks core them, and your APC gunners take them out. And then one of them drops down. Then one of the gunners on the APC drops down and looks you and then comes in and turns like, "Hey, anyone want to try this? It's pretty fun." So you hop on there and get a couple down. Some shots whiz over you, causing some stress. My lord, we actually got stress this time. Causing some stress, as in 1 stress. Causing 1 stress as you're being shot at while a number of vehicles shooting at the bad guys and taking them down by the bushel. And now you head into the city center on top of your APC. And now you're heading towards the Capitol building, as the main goal of this operation is to take the Capitol building, California, Washington, and Oregon, and clear out the rest of the Martians on the way. As the army assaults from the Rockies, and as the army comes in from the Rockies, you are the pincer going straight into the cities through their ports and from their outskirts to around to cause the front line, to cause the enemy's front line to pull back some of their units to get into the cities that they weren't already defending with that. But that caused 1 stress. How much does this take? My word. 5 to get to secondary, then 4 for primary, and then 3 more, or 1 more to fallen, 3 more to fallen. How do we do pressure around there? Oh, if you get blanks, then those go into pressure. Right? That's how that works? No, that's not how it works. You gotta get only blanks. You gotta get only 3 and 4. That straight up ain't happening with my luck. I got above average luck. That's not happening. We already cheated instead of getting... We already cheated instead of getting more negative... Because I'm not going to get negatives. This is far too many dice for me. for my luck. I think we're going to have to modify things to make things more interesting. Yeah, like, if it's anything but 2 pluses, we are going to add 1 stress. We're going on that now. If it's anything but 2 pluses, we're going to add 1 stress. Each stress adds pressure. And let's say there are 3 pressures. Okay. It is PSI. Pressure. It's fine. It's fine. +1. Okay, let's continue. So as you head in, everything is fine, you think. Then that's cocked, doesn't count. 5. More stress. More stress that you are shot at, but you keep doing work. Keep doing work as you head into temp. Temp for this was pretty big. For like being as big, for being as populated as New York City is. At least I think so. But anyway, so you head on. You're now in Oakland, and you find a heavy engagement from some of the main Marine units, dropping off more heavy material, headquarters units, supply units, from just taking it off the dock with your assault ships, with your landing ships. So your squad dismounts and is walking up a sidewalk, and then enemy tank, and enemy IFV pops out. Fortunately, your squad does have some anti-tank abilities. Right? Yes. You frickin' do, but you take another stress. Because you're getting shot by a tank and an IFV. My word, imagine that. 3. Oh, pressure event! Good timing. A pressure event! My word, we got a pressure event! I bet our rules are borked, but we got a pressure event. So you took out the tanks. You're firing your rifle into the scopes and whatnot of the T-80, trying to essentially descope it. Whereas your teammates got ready with their T-force and whatnot, and fires away, and they fire away. Straight, or their laws probably, and fire away right into the tanks. They are destroyed. Your sergeant, who is in the corner opposite the tanks, looks back at you. His face is white. Boys, oh, here comes, boys, here comes the whole damn red planet. Prepare yourselves. As a whole mass of dudes come, as a whole mass of mantis, which are spindly robots, think B1 battle droids, but red and gold, are marching up right up the street. You decide to take cover in some of the nearby skyscrapers, and try and how many floors can you manage? Can you manage to get in a good position or not? Yes, you do. We never get 3, but we always get 2. Sometimes 1, never none. You make your way up. You make your way up the floors of the building, get a good spot, and look down to mow down enemy units. Do you? I mean, there's a timer and whatnot. Let's set the timer. Actually, let's set the timer to 30. I mean, like, what more is there to do? Like, that was kind of like the situation was think to get in the building. Now what? Again, the timer's fun if the timer's fun if it's going to be fun. Let's set 30 seconds because I already essentially did my scenario. Essentially, let's see how many dudes we can. Let's see how many rolls we can get in 30 seconds. Go. Okay, you down some units from the building. Then you see some Martian human infantry. Start setting up at the building next to you. Can you engage them and successfully take them down? That's cocked. Yes, but you take cover in the rooms of the skyscraper while engaging an enemy unit. That was 30 seconds. Okay. Yeah. That's fun sight. Okay. It's my first time using the timer on this watch. You couldn't. No way you could have heard that. Okay. So we down 1 plus half of the enemy unit. Yeah. I guess it's time to roll dice. Yeah, time to roll dice. I don't want to reset this, so I'll just go like this. I was going to say 3 plus. We didn't get that, so we failed. What's failing pressure like? Okay, 30 seconds. I mean, 1 minute. No, the timer's fun. I didn't think the timer would be fun, but the timer is indeed fun. Okay, 3. And get rid of 30 seconds. Go. Okay. How many units can you take? Okay, you got half of that unit. Do it again. Ooh, all negatives. Unit fires back and pins you in cover. You head down. You head up. You head to the staircase and go upwards. Can you get in a better position there? Yes. You down the unit. Now, can you find in more units from the position? Yes, you find looks like a headquarters squad in the floor above you. You engage, and you take them out. You take them out from this position. Yes, you very much. That's our first 3. Yes, and you annihilate them. And you annihilate them, and from what you can tell, that building is cleared. And time's up. Okay. That was our first pressure event. So, let's just have 3 for this. Actually, do we just end it here? It's been an hour. Yeah, an hour for a pressure event. Do we want to get all the way? Do we want to finish the day though? Now we'll finish this next time in a completely different system, a system that didn't exist. Whoops, that's not the right one. A system that didn't exist more than a few hours ago. A little system called Object of War, simply deep game of role-playing a warrior. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 stats. I'm just going to use the stats. 6 starting gear. Roll d6 to get it. We're just going to start a banana because that seems most fitting. And yeah, next time we are going to just continue what we were doing, except in a completely different system. So yeah, what do I think? What do I think of Pressure! Exclamation point. I really do like it. I don't like how it's player-led only, pretty much. It seems like the GM is only there to give events for the players to do, and then the players react. You give a starting event, then the players react, do something, do another event. The players do something, you do another event. It just needs more. The system just needs more in general. Like, one thing I recommend is at the end of every session, you get add one stat to your one character, plus one to your characteristic, and your stress gets relieved. Maybe. I do like 3 stress equals 3 pressure, and as long as you don't get the middle one, you're fine. That could just be for my luck, though, because I'm above average, flat out above average. It's exactly that every single time. My luck is above average. He made an effort purely the statistics of those dice. Like you saw in this video, if we were doing it the way he was doing it, and now we wouldn't have got a pressure event or stress. I might have got stressed at least once. No, we got stressed once. Once! Which, if we were playing by the rules and going by, let's say, what my group at D3 goes by, which is like 9 hours, like 6 hours, we play from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Actually count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then even if we're doing it every accumulation of stress, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, that would work. That would actually work pretty well. And then the pressure is when someone gets to one of these black lines. And also, like, instead of +1 secondary, +1 primary, it could be negative. It could be half your pool, and then all but one of your pool, or all the pool except on your primary. Yeah, like all the pool from your secondary, all the pool from your other categories, then the pool from and then all the pool from your secondary where primary goes untouched, or something like that. But it just, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. It's just that it needs a bit more work. Now, they did playtest it, they said, so, yeah. But, again, like, it needs to be more GM focused. It needs the ability to, at least, it needs the ability to be played for longer than a one shot. It needs to be drastically made for pressure to happen way more often. I feel like pressure should happen at least 3 times a session. Yeah. It should happen every 3 hours of gameplay. I feel like I feel like it should happen for every 3 hours of gameplay, or every 2 hours of gameplay. My bad. It should happen for every 2 hours of gameplay and once every hour of gameplay. Actually, once every hour of gameplay is fine. And you get stress. You get stress every 20 minutes. That's what it should be around ballpark with normal luck. With completely average luck, you simply go, you type in 1d6 does on Wikipedia, and then type in the numbers here, and then type in a number, and then you go off that for your timing. And let's assume each action takes a minute, like with thinking and thinking it out and doing your thing. Or 30 seconds. Each action takes a minute. Yeah. Like, it just needs more balancing, is all. It just needs more balancing, and more balancing, more playing with people that have different luck than other people, and stuff like that. Like, it just needs, and playing with people who don't want player led, who love being railroaded. Play with them too. See what happens. Oh, and I'm gonna totally regret this because I'm no good at scheduling. But it's great. Let me get your name right. Well, Graham Gaming. If you want to play a one-on-one, just me and you, maybe some other people, who knows? You want to one-on-one playtest your game? We can playtest my games if you want, and go back and forth playtested here on Albo Rodeo. I'll be most happy to help. I'll be most happy to help playtest your game with you. It's just that I am terrible at scheduling, so it's going to be just like a thing of we're on a line at the same time and we both feel like recording. But yeah. Alright, but anyway. That'll be the first video. Thanks for watching. If you're watching this video, please let me know all me JR stuff in the description below, such as his Facebook channel, which of course his Facebook channel is watching these videos, engage your content and produce, and by sharing your friends, family list, which we end on. There we go. And anyone to listen to you. Alright, that was real. Thanks for watching. And I guess see you in a second. Oh, last thing. I'll be uploading this as soon as I render it. So yeah. Just be like a second video for today. If not the only video for today, we'll see. Because it is 9 PM and I can upload this for tomorrow. But you know, I'll get this done before I get my episodes but this thing finished. So except for the 10 matches in 5 minutes for over the hills. That was pretty great of a clip, and yeah. But anyway. Alright, so I already said that, and I guess see you in a second.